Oh, hey there. I was just here putting this letter into your mailbox. On second thought, might just not. Oh, hey. Shoot. I just remembered. I need to go home and lock myself in my closet. See ya.
Fantastic news, newbie! You're being promoted, and your first task in your new position is to build and place a yak mill stop over by Gecko Station. Here's a diagram. Bye-bye now. Huh? Well, no, you'd be making exactly the same, just with this additional responsibility. It's more about the prestige of being promoted. That's my builder. You'll do great in your new position. I'll think of a title later. See ya. Mm-hmm.
Hey there.
Howdy! Oh,
Oh. Yeah. How's it going? Be seeing ya.
Come in and grab a bite.
Don't forget to subscribe to the Tumbleweed Standard.
Have you seen our cat captain? He's a tough little guy, but he gets too friendly sometimes. Don't feed him random things. He might get sick. See you. Did someone come in? Oh, I can see through the cracks a bit. You come to join me? One-person closet, I'm afraid. You can hang out as long as you want. I'll probably be in here a while, though. Air's nice this time of year. Oh, yeah. They're still wondering about those letters, huh? Heard about that. Yeah. Well, it sure is hard to catch criminals. As you know, actually, I looked it up. Not writing your name on a letter isn't a crime. That's why I didn't get back to you. Gosh. All the evidence is pointing straight to, yeah, it does seem like I'm the lead suspect in this case. I mean, it's probably me, but what if it's not? Dang, it's hard to think inside this closet. Well, if it really is me, I'd want to be the first to know. Say, you're the best investigator we have on the force. Maybe you can solve this case. As it so happens, we are exactly where we need to be for that to happen. My house. I'll bet you could build a criminal profile on me based on my stuff. Why don't you take a look around? You might even find the secret letter I was going to give you. But don't get your hopes up too high. I hid it pretty good. Just head over to the jukebox and turn on the investigation music when you're ready. I do it myself, but, you know, closet. Nice. Can't have an investigation without the investigation music. Describe to me what you see, and I'll try to help out your investigation. Ah, one of my finest rock stacks. Note how each layer is perfectly balanced, and yet each rock supporting them is a different size and consistency. I like to think that this sculpture represents the idea that, no matter who you are, we all have a place where we can fit in and hold each other up, ideally surrounded by cool rocks. How could anyone with such a wholesome rock stack be responsible for something like nameless letter writing? Let's look for more clues. Couple boxes of rocks. Nothing to see here. Really? Don't you have hundreds of rocks in your storage boxes most of the time? I'm not judging. Obviously, I have plenty myself. You shouldn't feel bad about collecting things you like. As long as you're not hurting anyone, I think it's fine. That's Wilson. He's sleeping. Better not wake him up. Well, I guess if it's for the sake of the investigation, up to you. Looks like he's not talking, which makes sense. Wilson ain't no snitch. A bunch of exercise equipment. If the perpetrator has been lifting weights like this, they'd be too strong to write. They'd smash the pencil in their grip, or rip right through the paper when they tried to write. Not looking good for our investigation. Well, yeah, you might be right. Probably not really either of us to say, though. Better keep looking. All I know how to cook is yellow soup and lemons. It ain't much, but it gets me through the day. Yeah, you just take 2 parts yellow, 4 red dots, and, I don't think I know how to share recipes. You should ask Owen or Mabel about that. Oh, these? Justice gave me these. He wants me to eat more meat for protein, but I'm more of a yellow soup and lemons guy. Oh, no, I'll give them away, or eat them. I haven't decided yet, but, you know, sky's the limit. Are we getting off track? Maybe we should get back to looking for clues. One of my quieter works. The little one on top I balanced there with a tweezer. The delicate serenity of it all makes me less worried when I ask it to do dishes, and it never does. Well, looks like we didn't find anything. Guess I'm not the one who sent those letters after all. That's a shame. I was really rooting for you to catch me, if it was me, which is still up for debate. Whew, do you mind turning on that fan? Sweating bullets here inside this closet. Couple boxes of rocks. Nothing to see right. Did you read the part where I signed my name? Wow, if you didn't get it from my letter, I always thought you were super cool. To be your best friend, it would be an honor. In case you didn't see, I asked Justice. He said it's okay if I have 2 best friends. And Wilson, well, he's just not the jealous type. So things are kinda just gonna be great from now on, I think.
take it you got our letter? My, that Burgess. That child went around to everyone in town to check up on their wellness. He has such a big heart. The results he came back with, I must say, were rather shocking. 80% of those who took the survey reported that they were at least suffering some form of anxiety. Some from the gigglers, some from the state of things. So I got together with our resident expert in fun, Katori here, and... Well, Katori, why don't you tell our fine builder friend here what we came up with?
It's my pleasure, Minister. I must thank you again for getting the church to support this project. See now, way I see it, the only cure to these psychological drudgery-type have-you-do, how-do-you-do's is one word: entertainment. Seeing as Gecko Station has recently become unoccupied, we now have the opportunity to turn a negative into a positive. I present to you sand sledding. But we won't call it that, no, too simple. We'll call it sand running. Sounds sleek and sophisticated, something the youth can identify with. Our tourism profits will quintuple overnight, and the mental health crisis, I assume, will also be resolved.
This is where you come in, Builder. We need you to help us build up some of the things involved in creating such an attraction.
I've already explained our needs to Mianne. She'll be making the sand sleds. I need you to help us make the sign-in table. Here is the diagram. I drew it up myself. When you're done, please install north of the old Giegler building.
How lovely! I love it when a plan comes together. Looking forward to seeing what the two of you come up with.
I see you working hard to bring Telesis to Sandrock, which is wise and noble. You care to join me in tending to the garden for a while? It won't take long. The people here simply don't understand how important the light is. And to keep the light, we have to maintain the earth. You know how to tend a garden, right? Gardening is not just for the eyes, but for the soul. I expected you would understand. You're a bright one. I wish Burgess could take after you. He is very attentive, but naive. I fear he could easily falter with the wrong influence. I know you have an understanding of planting at the least. Here, take these seeds and help me plant some flowers. First, as with society, we must root out the weeds. Let's start with these ones here. Very good. I speak often of duty to the light, but also to oneself and society. The Sandrock citizens have an interesting interpretation of that. All this yak boy talk, gunslinging, and wayward behavior, it's at odds with what I believe. Now I understand that there's always that bit of nuance in everything. But in this fleeting world of ours, we have to hold on to something. For me, that's having an orderly society with actual rules that don't bend. A capricious society was what got the old world into trouble. I'm afraid the mayor and the minister are continuing Sandrock's hodgepodge development that led it to its current state in the first place. It's futile. You hold great optimism. That is an admirable thing. The weed's gone, now we can plant. Excellent. You are a deft hand at this. Sometimes we must question, are we the weeds or are we the flowers? To maintain a delightful and healthy garden, we must tear out the weeds, replace them with something beautiful. Now come, we must also tend to the other side. First the weeds. The age of corruption. Do you know much of it? A typically ignorant understanding. I thought better of you. The world back then had technological supremacy. Disease, ailment, hunger. Issues we face daily did not exist. So how did such a society fall? Hubris? No. It was not hubris. It was the disorganization, a divided world that caused the day of calamity. This is where my philosophy differs a bit from that of the Church. I believe that high technology has nothing to do with if we'll go down the same path as our ancestors. Our current level of scientific know-how is more than enough to kill us all. What we need is a guiding hand. That's why the Church is so critical. We must maintain a constant vigil to ward against this disorderliness. Shine the light, so to speak. That is my duty. Another round of seeds? Very good. You have done the Church a service, Builder. Thank you. Look at that. Isn't that much better? Those dirty, disgusting weeds replaced with these beautiful seeds. Seeds which will grow into a new and brilliant garden. Keep in mind what I've said today, Builder. Are you a flower or a weed? Here, please take these with you. Let their growth remind you of what it takes to maintain a healthy society.
I don't need to remind y'all that Sandrock ain't exactly the most luxurious of resorts. It ain't fair, I hear from time to time.
Hello! Lovely day today, isn't it? And again, isn't every day lovely and fabulous, Sandrock?
Well,
I've actually been meaning to tell you about
sure,
something.
I'd like a fancy old world flying machine, but you don't see me complaining.
Why would the
You see,
want me to be so
I consider a
bored?
lot of people to be my
We
friend,
get dealt one
even
hand.
if they don't always feel the
Ain't no
same way
changing the
about it.
cause.
But you, I think you're my bestest friend in the whole wide world. Yeah!
Can't change
I
the
just
past,
know we're gonna be
but
friends
tell us
forever! And when you're around, I feel like I can do anything.
Change the
Oh, yeah.
So, here's my
makes
idea.
sense.
You know.
If you're up for it. It's probably not news to you that sometimes out in the desert there are wild arcs roaming around.
Good.
You remember arcs,
I
right?
don't think it's always applicable.
Let's do our part to help rebuild the natural world.
Correct!
Do unto others before they do unto
Hearing you
you.
say it
We'll be
sends
talking about
shivers down my
struggle.
spine. I shouldn't have even asked. You know the type. Tree choppers,
Now,
cactus
I don't need to
poachers,
remind y'all
lunch
that
bag
Sandrock
stealers,
is exactly
litter
the
bugs,
most luxurious of
jaywalkers,
resorts.
jugglers, and worst of all, water
It
wasters.
ain't fair, I hear from time
So,
to time.
I'd like to commission from you a weapon. A weapon so powerful
What
that will
happened?
take care of those arcs once and for all. That's
Well,
right.
life
Those
ain't
arcs will be
fair.
gone forever.
Sure,
I'd
I'd
like
a
you to
fancy
get
old
me
world flying machine, but you don't see me complain.
some flowers. Flowers that will kill them with
get dealt one
kindness.
Ain't no change
I
in the
believe that if
cause.
we show these arcs the beauty of life up close, well, there's no way they could continue to wallow in their arcsy
We
ways.
can't change the
What do you say?
past, but with Telesis,
Fantastic! I knew I could count on you. Here
We
are some
can change
seeds
the
to do the deed, plus a few extra for yourself. Just grow them in your garden like usual, and let me know when you're ready to obliterate those water wasters.
good
With
morning,
kindness.
everyone.
Ask me. Ask me. I'm the brains. He's the bird.
Have needs? Query X.
Ah, there you are. I've recently upgraded the telescope. I've increased the aperture, allowing for an observational field 27% higher than previously achievable. In fact, the locals have been using it too. The satellite that I've been tracking, Scavenger, will be passing above Sandrock around 9 PM tomorrow. I thought perhaps you would come and observe it with me. Remember the time. Please do not be late. Scavenger is not a synchronous satellite. It will not remain stationary. Current science has not confirmed the existence of remaining synchronous satellites. Ah, you're here. You are practiced in physical activities, correct? Running, climbing, digging, builder things. I wish to improve my operational efficacy with the mobile suit. However, physical coordination has always been my weak spot. PE was an elective in the Vega 5 school system, so I opted for physics instead. Anyway, do you have any suggestions for me? How does one work out? I understand the repetitive repetition of action, but I'm at a loss regarding optimal efficiency activities. Running seems to be a popular choice, but in Sandrock, the air quality would prove somewhat counterproductive. I've done research and found that dancing has been found as being one of the most productive forms of exercise in results to time ratio. Are you familiar with it? It seems dancing has a strong positive influence on physical coordination, and physical coordination is one of the preconditions for operating the mobile suit. Now that I think about it, Vivi dances regularly. Does that mean Vivi? You're arriving at, but no, perhaps you understood.
I don't need to remind y'all that
is
Sandrock
what
ain't
people
exactly
ought to
the
be
most luxurious of resorts. It ain't fair, I hear from time to time.
Let's just not go overboard with that.
Well,
Next
life
time you're
ain't
thinking
fair.
of doing something bad,
Sure, I'd
don't.
like a fancy old world flying
I want to be
machine,
a pastor.
but you don't see me complaining.
Oh, hello! You see, I consider a lot.
Ain't no change in the
What?
cause.
And I feel like So, it's probably not news to you that. Correct! You know the type. Water with. So,
we
some
can't change the
flowers that.
past.
With kind.
But
I
tell us
believe that if we.
this.
Fantastic!
Ah, there you are. I've recently upgraded the telescope. I've increased the aperture, allowing for an observational field 27% higher than previously achievable. In fact, the locals have been using it too. The satellite that I've been tracking, Scavenger, will be passing above Sandrock around 9 p.m. tomorrow. I thought perhaps you would come and observe it with me. This is important observational analysis, not a date. We will be able to gather much more information together. Remember the time. Please do not be late. Scavenger is not a synchronous satellite. It will not remain stationary. Current science has not confirmed the existence of remaining synchronous satellites. Ah, you're here. You are practiced in physical activities, correct? Running, climbing, digging, builder things. I wish to improve my operational efficacy with the mobile suit. However, physical coordination has always been my weak spot. PE was an elective in a Vega 5 school system, so I opted for physics instead. Anyway, do you have any suggestions for me? How does one work out? I understand the repetitive repetition of action, but I'm at a loss regarding optimal efficiency activities. It sounds interesting. A common sport for all ages, and a non-competitive nature allows for easily controlled experiments and study. It seems dancing has a strong positive influence on physical coordination, and physical coordination is one of the preconditions for operating the mobile suit. Now that I think about it, Vivi dances regularly. Does that mean Vivi can pilot the mobile suit? You're arriving at conclusions with scant evidence. But no, I've not danced before. Perhaps you can show me how to dance. If you can prove its efficacy, I would much appreciate it. I would recommend we begin with the observational stage. If you're able to adequately demonstrate, then we may begin lessons. interesting. You are probably classified as a good dancer. Preliminary analysis is complete. I believe I'm ready to try. But this is not an ideal location for dancing. Let's go to the research center. There are less people there to disrupt our research, of course. Hey? Yeah. Yay. Was there an electrical leakage? Don't you feel it? Or maybe it's exercise fatigue? My neck, chest, calves, or feel pretty sore. Why don't we just call it a day? Thanks for teaching me how to dance. This is truly an unexpected workout method. Ah, there you are. Brimming with energy again, I see. If you've discovered some way to mitigate the need for sleep, you would tell me, wouldn't you? One way or another, I will discover your methods. Thank you.
Boy! 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 Yeah! Yeah!
Howdy.
Howdy!
Engineers in the old world eventually had to design things mainly with fuel consumption and emissions in mind. It's not as necessary for us right at this moment, but why make the same mistakes twice? See ya!
Care for a drink?
Howdy.
Thanks. Heidi, let me the mobile suit for a few days. I need it for research.
And what research is this specifically?
Specifically, 1. Analyze the operative efficiency of the mobile suit over various terrains. 2. Analyze the feedback efficiency of the suit while testing specific control inputs. 3. Synthesize these and other data in order to improve pilotability of the suit.
Alright, I walked into that one. That's on me. So what you're saying is, you want to learn to drive it better.
Framing my research with such terminology diminishes the prestige somewhat. But yes, one could say that.
Well, Doc, I know you love that thing, but let's not forget what happened at the ribbon-cutting ceremony. You crashed the suit. That was a whole lot of hurt.
The injuries I sustained from said accident were minor and have since healed. You needn't concern yourself with...
I wasn't talking about you. The suit. Thing's all banged up now. Won't even start.
I see. Was this inoperative status in the mobile suit caused by my actions?
Well, to be fair, just us using it on the bridge is where most of the wear and tear came from. I think your little fender bender was just the straw that broke the camel's back. I mean, it looks like the front armor is damaged, and the ancillary engine is broken. On top of that, several hydraulic-powered joints are beyond stressed. I'd say it needs an overhaul to say the least. Tell you what, the city's got no plans to use the suit anytime soon. Fix her up, keep her in tip-top shape, and you can go on your little joyride. Sorry, do all the research you want. What do you think about that?
I accept. Although I will, however, need a whole host of rather complex materials to make the repairs, and to say that the Civil Corps could handle such a task would be a rather dubious claim.
Well, look who it is. When it comes to maps, why not ask our friendly neighborhood builder here to help us out? Quick, reliable, and a deft hand. There's no one better for the job. That is, if you want to do it.
Yes. The builder has proven their ability to acquire specific materials in the past. Indeed, they will be quite suited for such a task. One moment, please. Here is the list of the materials needed to repair the mobile suit based on Heidi's conclusions. I believe you will find the list comprehensive and easy to understand. Excellent. Please check the list carefully. If you're thinking of emulating Civil Corps habit of misreading an indexed item and recovering an incorrect material, instead, do not do that. I moved the mobile suit to my research center for its own protection. Please take care of it after you've found all of the required materials. Good. It seems you followed my instructions to not make any mistakes. These materials will do. Good. It was no small task, but it's done. I almost hate to put the suit back into the field, as impeccable as it looks now. But alas, bound to the pursuit of knowledge, I must. Play. What? No, of course not. Don't be daft. The mobile suit is not for playing. It is for very serious adult things only. And science. Those incapable of offering the esteem which must be given to the suit and suit-related activities may not pilot the suit. But since you have been such a help, you may look at it from time to time. I must return to my work. Perhaps you should go play. Getting an assistant isn't something that's off the table for me, as long as they've got it where it counts. Say, you don't know anything about sign, do you? No, never mind. Yes. So long.
Hey there! People think I'm crazy for trying to turn this place into an entertainment hotspot, but just look around. It's free real estate. You know what I mean? Catch you later.
Howdy. One of the cool things about rocks is that you can stack them. Every rock has a different shape, so every stack has a brand new feeling. I try to... Thanks a lot.
My other friends are rather garrulous, particularly Pablo. You and I are more reserved. Spending time with you, it can be a welcome change of pace.
Hey there! Fancy seeing you here. Hey, come check out this view. It's only right here that you can see both valleys of the canyon. But if I'm being honest, I really just came here to admire our handiwork from a different angle. You know, when I said my master Verna would be proud, actually, I'm not so sure about that. She's more into deconstructivist architecture. Oh, sorry, that's... Yeah! Deconstructivism is a design thing. You deconstruct all the rules that you're supposed to follow, then actively set out not to follow those rules. The result is usually something pretty odd-looking, but neat. You know, if you're good at it. Verna's probably one of the first architects since the Old World that uses this style. And I was pretty good at it too. It's just that this bridge doesn't really need the extra bells and whistles. Know what I mean? Here's one for you. Verna used to ask us this as new apprentices. Would you rather build something really beautiful or really useful? Well, you might be in the wrong town then, partner. We haven't got the budget for much more than the bare bones when it comes to our projects. But you'd get a thumbs up from Master Verna. Anyone can make something that gets the job done, she'd say. All of you are here to turn your plain ponderings of purposeless pavement piles into things of divine beauty. And though I do and always will appreciate a good alliteration, that ended up not being the path for me. Now don't get me wrong, I love superfluous geometric patterns on my buildings as much as the next gal. It's just, I couldn't stay in Atara working on vanity projects, knowing that the people I care about were here hurting. So after I finished my apprenticeship, I packed my bags, tossed all my job offers in the trash can, and bought a one-way ticket back to Sandrock. My master, she's a piece of work. You know the last thing she said to me? She showed up at the train station with one of those weird little pigs of hers tucked under her arm, just to squeak out one last, "You're wasting your talent." But when I see this bridge we built, this plain old run-of-the-mill, just doing its job and nothing else, very non-deconstructivist bridge, I know in my heart that I did the right thing in coming back home. We saved Sandrock, you know? This won't be our last fight, but very well could have been. It's good having you on the team. I hope you'll stay here. At least till we can turn things around for this town. Well, shucks. I didn't mean to tell you my whole life story. You probably got places to be, huh? I'll probably stick around and soak in the view a bit longer. Well, I've rested long enough. About time I headed back. That was fun. We should hang out more. Later.